Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for checking out today's video. So today we're looking at some legend hits. I'm doing Blizz Lalo, and the reason I'm doing Blizz Lalo is because once I got to about 5,700 trophies, I started running into a lot of ring bases, and I was doing classic Sui Lalo before. And it's not that you can't Sui Lalo those bases, you can. It's just rings are much easier for Blizz for me. So that's what I switched to. So here we go, the first one, coming in basically right at the town hall with the blimp to see how much value we could get. I'm a little out of practice with my Blizz, so the timing on my invis spells is pretty awful, and I've had some atrocious raids because I'll miss the invis timing, and I'll lose the wizards to whatever, usually scatters or something else. And then it's hard to recover from that because you've invested so much in that technique, and when it doesn't work because of a mistake like that, it hurts. But here we got pretty good value. I'm also noticing too the builder huts repairing buildings is very annoying. So you'll get some chains on buildings, and the builder will go and repair all the damn buildings. It's pretty annoying. But anyway, so we're bringing in the Sui here from basically 3, walking her down, walking the heroes down into the Inferno Tower at, like, we'll just say 6 o'clock, and just working our way in. The nice thing about having all these invis spells is I'm almost always I have some left over, and I can use them for the Sui or the balloons at the end. I know a lot of people say that invis spells are not really useful for balloons. I found it more useful than I thought I would at times. So anyway, with this much of the base taken down by the Blizz and the Sui, this Lalo is pretty darn easy, even though I have to go into the sweeper, and there's a lot of splash damage in the core. It's not as hard as you would think, and I just spam the loons in here, and I'm still going to get this. And this is the really ugly Lalo. This is not how I wanted these balloons to go. They all kind of grouped up on me when I was like, pretty sure I put like 3 packs of balloons on the 9 o'clock or the 10 o'clock side of this base, and they all ended up in the core. So we have a massive problem here. The balloons all just moseying through the core of the base in one big pack. But the king was still alive. That helped a lot, and he's going to clean up a ton of this trash. All the balloons in the core do go down, but we still have the king. We have plenty of cleanup. Also, the owl on the warden for Lalo is very useful for cleanup. He does so much work on the cleanup side of things for Lalo raids. But yeah, this one does get really close, and in the end we do manage to get it, which was nice. But about 2.5 minutes in, I was thinking, oh great, I failed it. Let's take a look at another raid. Okay, so here we go. Something a little interesting. And again, up here, I'm finding a lot of Blizz value in these bases, whereas I don't think that was the case before. So anyway, I'm going to go right at the scatter and the town hall here. And I'm going to use a hound, and I don't think I needed to. I probably could have just used 3 or 4 balloons and got that blimp where it's going to get anyways. But yeah, so there we go. Also found the NATO. I will say I think it's still very common to find tornadoes on the right side of bases, for sure. I mean, that's not always the case. It just seems like that is more often than not, that is the case. The goal here was not to get the town hall. Otherwise, I would have popped the blimp next to it. I'm going to Sui into the other scatter and grab the town hall. I really wanted to have an easy funnel for my heroes because having the heroes split is always just a nightmare when you try to funnel the king one way and you put the queen down thinking they're both going left, and then the king goes right, queen goes left, and you're like, well, okay. I wanted them together on this one so that we could get the scatter and the town hall, and of course I do a piss poor job of funneling, and the king does not go in with the queen, which is fine. I break him in to the enemy queen, and it all works out in the end. This is kind of why I bring 2 wall breakers with this one. I think most people probably don't. I say that, but I don't know how most people do their Blizz Lalo. I don't really pay attention to that. I just kind of do my own thing. Um, but yeah, we have tons of value here from the Sui and the Blizz. And we're just going to bring in our Lalo here and work our way through the 3 o'clock Inferno and into the Eagle. The reason I chose this side is obviously because that sweeper was facing towards the Eagle. I almost always try to go through the Eagle if I can, but in this case, because of that sweeper, and the sweeper was so far away from the Eagle, if the sweeper was right behind the Eagle, I probably would have Lalo'd through it. But because it was so much closer to 3 o'clock than it was 12, I went ahead and just came from the 3 o'clock side. I also was pretty confident with the amount of spells I had that I could get to that Eagle before it killed all the balloons. And I mean, look how many balloons are left. It's a ton. So, worked out pretty good. I hadn't used Blizz Lalo in a very long time. It's still very, very strong. And I'm really enjoying it. There definitely is a skill to it. I will say that in like almost a snooty kind of way, I thought that Blizz Lalo was just spam, right? But there is skill in it when if you mistime those invis spells, you are screwed. Like there's no way around it. So, and I've had Blizz go wrong and still triple. I'm just saying that there is skill in the drops. But okay, let's take a look at another raid. So here we have another one of these like ring-ish kind of bases, and in fact, I think this base is a little bit old, maybe 2 seasons old. But this is perfect for Blizz because those compartments are so juicy for that chain value. And seeing this, I was like, man, I have to triple this. I don't triple this, there's really no point in me running the Blizz Lalo because this is exactly what you want to see. But I decided to come in from 6. I'm going to try to grab that scatter. And I really want this Town Hall as well. So here we go. Let it get nice and close up there. And we got plenty of invis. 5 invis is a lot. And I bring 5 because of the hit point buff to all the buildings. All the key buildings you really want to take down with your Blizz, like Scatters, Infernos, Town Halls, Eagles, all that kind of stuff. Where I used to only bring 3 or 4, now I'm bringing 5 because I want to make sure I could get the buildings down that I want to get down. Now here, I don't get that scatter shot down because I just placed that blimp 2 tiles too far to the left, and then wanted really to place it a little bit on the right side so that I can invis and still get that scatter shot. I also didn't get the Eagle or the Inferno, but I did get the Town Hall, and that in itself is more than enough. I would have loved to get the Eagle or the Scatter or the Inferno as well as the Town Hall. Would have been nice, but just getting the Town Hall makes me happy because when you don't get the Town Hall in these ring bases, it can be very difficult for sure. But I have one start missing the Town Hall on some of these ring bases, and it really makes me crazy. But here we go with the Sui going into the Eagle, the Yak. Did that Yak break all those walls, or did a wall breaker break that? I don't know. The Yak is very useful. I'm really, really impressed. The Yak, probably my favorite pet, to be honest with you. But yeah, okay. Sorry, I was drinking some coffee there. Surprisingly, my queen's going to come over here and snag both scatter shots. So look what's left of this base. There's like nothing really left. And this is exactly why I started running this at this trophy range, because I'm running into a lot of bases very similar to this. Just big open ring bases, and the Blizzard Lalo absolutely trashes these bases. I even just burnt a freeze there on the queen so the headhunters could get her down, because I just didn't want to deal with her bullshit. You know what I mean? Like her nonsense, sorry. But yeah, it's like, it's really nice. It really, really does well against this style of base for sure. And in my competitive matches, I've run into, just last night I ran into a base that was just so juicy for Blizzard. I think the only way they could have ran that base is either a mistake, or they just didn't think we were going to Blizz Lalo anything, and I Blizz Lalo'd it half to death. But okay, let's look at another raid. So this is an interesting base. I definitely have not seen this, I don't think, before. Or at least I don't remember it. But this is not what I would expect to see in Legend League for sure. So I just decided to come in down here. I'm going to pop that blimp on the elixir storage by the town hall and hope to get the town hall and maybe a scatter. Here we go, working our way in, and we just barely get over that wall. See, in there I used the invis just a little bit early. Also with my blimp, I'm bringing a barb, 2 wall breakers, and then super wizards, because a lot of times I want to land it in a compartment that's a little bit small and doesn't reach to like something I want. Like there's the primary target, let's say the town hall, but I also want to reach a scatter. Bringing those wall breakers lets those wizards out of the compartment that they land in when I need it to. So anyway, got a pretty good chain value out of that blimp. Now we're just pulling the hound over. Take care of this hound with a baby drag. Didn't get the archer to pull it all the way over, so we're going to use a wizard, and it's going to make really short work of this hound. The 2 of these units on that hound like that. Poison. There we go. And we're just going to send the king and queen in towards the enemy queen and king. Slowly working our way in. I'm being patient with my queen because the building's there to the 6 o'clock. I do not want those pulling my queen. See how it pulled the bowler, and I didn't want that to happen with my queen. And we're sending in the king with the headhunter, queen, and the RC in together. Everybody's going to work their way around. Nice thing here is that we're going to be able to wall break into that multi and try to grab that scatter as well. The RC is going to work her way into the defenses behind the wall here, which is really nice. And I just start the Lalo now, because there's not much I'm going to be able to do to help these heroes from here once I realized the RC was going to get that multi and the scatter. So I just started the Lalo, because one thing I've been doing quite a bit is time failing, because I'll watch the Sui till all the heroes are dead. And by that time, there's like a minute left in the raid, because you spend 40 seconds on the Blizzard, then you got to deal with the CC for 30 seconds, then you do like a 45-second Sui. There's only a minute and like 20-something seconds left to Lalo the rest of the base, and sometimes it's not enough to get the cleanup. You'll get through all the defenses, but the cleanup just burns you. So I'm trying to get better at starting my Lalo while the heroes are still alive, basically. All right, let's take a look at one last raid. Another beauty of a ring base. Exactly what we want to see. Sometimes it's hard to decide what entry I want for my blimp, and it's really just about what I think is going to be the safest landing for the blimp, what is going to be the safest path for the blimp, and what is going to be the best value. So here we go. My blimp does not make it to the town hall, and that invis was really off. But because I wall broke into that town hall compartment, I now have a chance to get this town hall if I'm lucky. And look at this. We do kind of wound the town hall because the rage was pretty poorly placed. Not going to get it. But we did beat the town hall up quite a bit there. And this, for me, and look at that builder repairing that scatter shot. It's going to be full health by the time we Lalo through there. And I think that is the strength of the new battle huts, is that they can, or builder huts. I call it battle hut. Builder hut. Repair guy. That's the strength of that, is that when you have something like Blizz come in and almost kill a scatter shot, by the time the Lalo comes through, it's going to be full health. So anyways, I decided to bring my heroes down this direction because I thought it would be the easiest wall break to get to try to break into that core, and I could send the heroes in and just see if I get lucky, which I do. The queen and the RC end up inside the base with the king cleaning up the outside. This is like an ideal Sui on this base. And I'm going to have to hit the queen ability here. She is going to go ahead and grab the Inferno. And I hit the queen ability early enough that that double giant bomb doesn't kill her and she gets the town hall. That's really important. I see a lot of people making that mistake of waiting till the queen is too low on health to hit her ability, she recovers like absolutely no health, really. What did she recover? Like 100 health or something, like inconsequential that giant bombs will still kill her. So pop that queen earlier than you think you should sometimes, because if you wait till she's auto pops, a giant bomb will kill her. So anyways, I got it there early enough that I could still get the town hall and the multi-target inferno. So the Sui and the Blizz absolutely crippled this base, and we're going to be able to Lalo it pretty easy. And I froze there when I probably shouldn't have, to give a chance to the Ice Hound to pop, but it didn't. Anyways, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it, and I will see you in the next one.